obviously had a lot on your shoulders this postseason, given the injuries. Just what do you take from these 3 games, and obviously some positives and also some frustrations too.
Oh man, honestly it was some of the best basketball we played all year in terms of like how hard we played. Like in all 3 games we held our opponents under 65 points. We just played so hard, but at the end of the day, like, took a couple bad ones today at the end, and I didn't manage the game as I should, and it cost us.
From your perspective on the go-ahead 3 by Hepburn there, what happened defensively?
Well, we tried to, so they had called timeout, and we had tried to switch up defenses. So we went to the 13, the 1-3-1, and Coach specifically said, be aware of where number 23 is, and we didn't. And that was a mental mistake by our part, and it cost us.
What do you just make of this team's fight and to play hard in a game in which you didn't play perfect, but Dana said he was proud about at least the way you guys played hard, which has maybe been an issue this season.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the fans for showing up to. I don't know what the numbers were for attendance, but they gave us a great energy. They were loud today more than they were in like the past 2 games, and we felt that, and we kind of fed off of that. And I just want to thank them first, and secondly, like we had that mentality of next man up, and we saw this as an opportunity, like. Some guys that didn't play as much earlier in the year just saw an opportunity, and we made the most of it, like in the moments that we could.
Talk about the fans, and the lack of fans at the arena today.
Yeah.
Can you give your perspective of just what's it like to play behind a crowd that's big supporting you, and what's it like going into an environment like Arizona where it's packed?
Well, like I said, like I thought like the people were louder than they were like the rest of the NIT games that we had, but maybe they didn't think otherwise. But having a good crowd is so important. But we got to be better at home, right? Like before we expect some of the fans to show up and be loud. Like we weren't. Like we dropped some games earlier, like UC Irvine, and it's give and take. So right, so we have to be good, and then they'll show up. That's how it works.
This couple of days, couple of weeks look like for you.
Man, first of all, I gotta take care of my ankle, right? Like I twisted it pretty bad, but for me, I'm just like take it day by day, working on getting healthy. I'm gonna talk to the coaching staff, and we'll come up with a plan. We'll be fine.
On that ankle injury, it looked like you had a little, I don't want to say trouble getting to the line, but with I don't know, a little bit of a hesitance to go up in the line with the injury. Was it just something you had to work through, or did it go, not going to go away, but did it get easier as it went on, or did you have to fight through it?
Honestly, I just had to get in like a zone where I could play. Like I thought I made some decent plays before the couple breaks that I threw at the end of the game, but like you asked me, yeah, it was just a mental thing. It was more mental than it was physical for me, and I was just able to fight through it. My teammates had my back like the whole time, so it's more about them than it is about me. So.
Coach just kind of gave a long list of things that players have here at Oregon, and talking about his evaluation of individuals coming up. He mentioned if you have doubts about being here, you've kind of already answered the question. Do you feel the same way about what the fight should be like here and what the approach should be like for players once they are here or if they decide to stay?
I don't really understand your question. What do you?
It's like just when it comes to all the things that the players have here, you feel like the approach should be all in. In
terms of in terms of the facilities and stuff, we should definitely be more in the gym, right? If that's what you're asking, with the facilities that we have, the weight room, the strength and conditioning program, the strength and conditioning coach. I mean, the coaching staff, Mike is always with me in the morning shooting, and I think we need more. I'm not saying that I'm the only one doing it, but we need to take more accountability and showing up in the gym, and I have to be better as well, being more of a leader and bringing guys in and and kind of showing them the ropes, because this is the end of my 4th year. So I've been a freshman, sophomore, junior, and all that. So I know what it takes to be a decent player. So yeah, if that answers your question.
What will be the factors that go into your decision as what you'll do next season, and are you registered for spring classes here?
First of all, yeah, I'm registered for spring classes, and the decision factor is just gonna be time. Like, I just gotta talk to my family, and I won't be transferring schools at all. Like, I'm here at Oregon. This is gonna be my school, so y'all don't have to worry about that.
Do you embrace that leadership role? You talked about taking guys in. You know, there's pretty heralded recruiting class coming in. You know, there's guys like yourself, Jermaine and Biddle, saying they're coming back.
Yeah.
Is this an opportunity for you to kind of embrace that leadership role?
Yeah, well, for me, like, definitely, like, these last 3 games have been like a blessing in disguise, so to speak, like with the guys that we had, and I was able to kind of like put my imprint on some of the guys on the team, and it was a great opportunity for me to show that, like, I can run a team, and I can facilitate, I can score if needed, and my teammates had my back as well. Like, they really fed off of what I did, and I fed off of what they did, and they really embraced me as a point guard out there, and yeah.
Just to clarify, saying you're not transferring, but there's still a decision to make. Is that about a professional opportunity if there's something somewhere? Just to clarify.
Yeah, pretty much. I won't be transferring schools. Like, Oregon's my school, but I just gotta think about what I can do, and I'll talk to my parents. My parents are always involved in my decisions, and yeah.
In today's day of basketball, you almost kind of have to test the waters, right, for the NBA, just to get the feedback of what you need to work on. Is that kind of what?
Well, honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna just like test the waters in the NBA. I'm gonna just like talk to my parents to see if I can play pro ball somewhere, anywhere. But I'm open to anything. But Oregon is definitely like, this my school. It's where I see myself next year as well. Like, if anything like bad happens, this is where I should be.